If you're struggling to be able to do toe stretches like what you see me doing right now, in this video, I'm going to give you tips and modifications to help you build up to doing this without pain. I'm going to talk about why it's important, proper technique, and at the end of this, you're going to have a really solid grasp on toe stretches and a plan about how to get stronger. Watch the full video. So, toe stretches are important because our feet are really important to our body. The mobility, the strength of your feet go up the chain, and that affects how your knees feel, that affects how your lower back feels, that affects your hips. So if we don't have strong mobile feet, if we don't have mobile toes, if you can't do things like bending your toes like this for 30 seconds or a minute without having to stop, then that's a good sign that it's an area of opportunity that you can work on. And if you do strengthen your toes, if you improve the mobility there, that's going to go up the chain. Your knees are going to feel better, stronger, less discomfort in your knees during exercise. Your lower back is going to feel better. And your feet are going to feel better too. You'll have more awareness through your feet. Your balance will get better. So there's lots of reasons why we want to work on the mobility and the strength of our toes. Now, typically in the Manful Yoga workouts that you might see, we'll do toe stretches where you're sitting back on your heels like this, and I'll usually just have you stay in it for a minute, 2 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes, just working on developing that ability to have the toes in this position. But there are ways that we can build up to this other than just being in this position. Sometimes I'll also do variations of this stretch where maybe we'll do a side bend with the toe stretches. Maybe we'll do a back bend. I don't know, just thinking off the top of my head. But the point is, you will find yourself in some kneeling positions like this, and the goal is to work on toe mobility, but also it does have a lot of significant flexion to the knees. So if you've had a previous knee surgery or you're dealing with a knee issue right now, maybe you've had a little knee setback or a little injury or a little strain or a tear of a tendon, then that can make this difficult as well. So here's some ways that you can start to build up to doing toe stretches. So one way is, and by the way, if you don't have one of these knee pads, these are super helpful. I love using these for any kneeling position. So one way that we can build up to this, or I would say the easiest way, is to do a lunge and then to work on the toes in this position. This is going to put a lot less strain on the toes. It's just less weight, so it's a lot easier to do. So you're going to tuck the toes. The other leg's going to go forward into a lunge. Really doesn't matter if you're going to use the blocks or not. The blocks can help with just making it a little bit easier. If you want to make it more difficult, you can lean your weight further back. As you lean your weight further back, that's going to put more weight into the toes. So this is one way that you can build up to having that mobility in your toes, having that mobility in the feet to be able to do this without discomfort. And then another way that we can do this is we can lean forward more. So instead of bringing your butt all the way back to the heels, you can start with your hands forward like this in a tabletop with your toes tucked, and you can slowly work on bringing your butt back toward your heels. So we can start in this position here, kind of like a child's pose. And then to make this more intense for the toes, you're just going to walk your hands further back, further back, further back, until you can get all the way back with your shoulders, your hips stacked above the toes. This does take a lot of time to do. It can be difficult. It will be difficult. Reasons for that, talked about doing this, but reasons why the toe stretches are difficult. If you spend a lot of time in shoes, or if you just don't spend time doing these stretches, then it's just going to be difficult. It's your body's way of saying, oh, I don't know how to do this. So the best way to get better at it is to practice doing it. And you can use those different variations, right? We can use that lunge. We can lean forward more with the toes tucked. If you spend a lot of time in shoes, if you spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, just generally inactive, if you have some restrictive shoes, so if you have shoes that don't allow for movement, if you have shoes that get close together near the top, so a traditional shoe will kind of restrict the movement of your toes. So if you have traditional shoes, if you have thin shoes, if you have dress shoes a lot, then that's going to restrict toe mobility. So these are all factors. So getting barefoot is a really good idea. And if you're not already spending some time barefoot, I'm actually going to make a separate video talking about how you can build up to being barefoot more often and how to do that in a way that's smart and won't cause injury. Because if you just go to being barefoot all the time, you're probably just going to get really uncomfortable through your feet. But Anyways. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this tutorial. If you want more, I've got a free 7-day Beginner's Yoga for Men challenge to help you learn more yoga, learn modifications for men who are new or inflexible. There's no credit card required. You can sign up at the link in the description below when this video is finished. So this is how we can work on the mobility of the toes. And you can take little breaks as you're doing this. So, you've got the butt back to the heels, but we can also come up and go like this and take a little break, maybe take 10 seconds, 15 seconds, give yourself to get into it, and then sit back down into the toe stretches. And just like any of the stretches that we do in yoga or manful yoga or yoga and stretching in general, it's really helpful to check in with the breathing as you're doing this. So if you're holding it and it's uncomfortable, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I can hold this much longer, that's when we go into the breathing. And you can use that breath to kind of tell your body, hey, it's okay. We're going to make it through this. And then if you are feeling, like a sharp stabbing pain, that's a sign to get out of it. If you're just going through mild discomfort and it doesn't hurt the day afterwards, then you're probably okay. But if you are feeling that sharp stabbing pain, if you're sore for days and days, if you're sore for like 3 or 4 days after you do the exercise, that's probably a sign that you overdid it. So building up in moderation, listening to your body, just doing, progressively more over time, progressively more intense, progressively longer holds is going to help make sure that you don't get injured and that your feet are getting progressively stronger over time. Another thing that you can do to help with being able to get in this kneeling position, quadricep tightness is going to be restrictive here. So doing a foam roller on your quads beforehand can help. Also doing lunges to help open up your hip flexors to help release the quads. Doing a couch stretch like this. I'll put some links in the video here, in the description below, and you can find some videos on that. But loosening up your quadriceps is also going to help with being able to sit back into this position more easily. One other exercise I want to mention is using a lacrosse ball or a massage ball on the soles of your feet. This can help to loosen up your feet. It's a really easy, really simple exercise. Lacrosse balls are awesome for improving overall mobility in your whole body, so it's a really good tool to have. But particularly doing it on the bottom of the feet is going to help with loosening up your feet as well, and that should help with making those toe stretches easier. Okay, guys, so to summarize that, getting better at toe stretches, a lot of this is going to come down to just practicing doing the stretches, holding it for as long as you can tolerate, using those modifications we discussed, and then getting out of it when you can no longer tolerate it and get back into it. If you can do that consistently, if you can make sure that you're doing this, 3 times per week, 2 or 3 minutes when you're doing these stretches, that's going to help significantly. The other things that you can do, you can work on loosening up your quadriceps, loosening up the bottoms of your feet. So using lacrosse balls on the soles of the feet, using a foam roller, doing lunges, doing couch stretches to loosen up your quadriceps. That's going to make that easier as well. And then also getting out of shoes and getting barefoot more often is going to be helpful. So if you find yourself sitting at a desk or inactive, it's a great time to take your shoes off. Let your feet breathe. Let your toes move freely. And that's going to help with addressing some of that restricted mobility in the feet and in the toes. And just to remind you what's waiting on the other side of healthier, more mobile toes, again, your feet are going to feel better. Your knees are going to feel better. You won't have as much soreness in your knees the days after your workouts. You also won't have as much discomfort in your knees when you're working out. Your lower back is going to feel better. So everything from above, from the toes going up, the ankles, the knees, the back, that's all going to feel better if you can start working on your feet mobility. So it might be uncomfortable, it might feel unfamiliar or weird, but it's definitely worth it. Highly encourage you to start paying more attention to your toe mobility. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you found any of this helpful. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have some feedback, a question, or you just want to say hi. And subscribe. We put out new videos every Tuesday. We've got tutorials here. We've got follow-along workouts. Workouts made specifically for men who are new to yoga, who want to learn the technique and get stronger and get results from their workouts. That's who we're making these workouts for. If that sounds like you, if you're a guy in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, you'd fit right in the Manful Yoga community. So be sure to subscribe. Don't miss out on future videos. And if you want to check out my yoga workout for men workout, number 1 in the series, click right over here, and that'll take you to that 30-minute workout now. All right, guys. See you later.